Roppstar gang, what up, what up? Appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Shout out to, I don't know if you follow these guys on Twitter or not. Shout out to Just Bland on Twitter. Also Emmy NFL as well on Twitter. Shout out to those guys for making that intro. I think it's a fire ass intro. It was time for a change here at the Roppstar Report, and we made that change, as you can see. So I appreciate everyone coming through. Appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Again, tonight, guys, 8 p.m. EST. That's why I'm going live early right now, because normally I'm live at 8 p.m. But I'm going live right now because at 8 p.m. we do have the NFC South Roundtable this evening. So make sure you guys tune into that. 8 p.m. NFC South Roundtable tonight. Make sure you guys tune into that. I got to fix my layout here real quick. Bam. All right. Wrong layout, but we fixed it. So shout out to them for that intro. If you missed it, here you go again. So make sure you go drop a like and a follow over there on their Twitter accounts. It's I'll put it in the chat. Hold on. I'll go to their profile. I'm gonna go to their profile. So these are the guys. So Just Bland right here. All right. Shout out to these guys. He made my he's the one who him and I think it's Emmy NFL. Hold on. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce his name. Also, guys, make sure you go check out their page, The Keep. Make sure you join the Discord. Okay, go check those guys out. And but this was the, pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, I think I might have spelled it wrong. But Just Bland and The Keep, make sure you guys go check them out. They are the people who made the intro. So shout out to them, man. We need a new intro over here. We need a new intro. So shout out to those guys. Appreciate them coming through with that, for doing that. But make sure you go check out their page, The Keep, on X. Make sure you go drop a like and a follow over there as well. All right. Playing for Jesus is already starting for us, hot for us. I mean, absolutely just coming in and saying, hello, everyone. Hope you all have a blessed day. And Playing for Jesus, I appreciate that $5 donation, man. And shout out to you for that $5 donation, man. And thank you for blessing the channel with that. I really greatly appreciate it, man. So shout out to Flame for Jesus with that $5 donation. What's up, Marcos? Appreciate you coming through. The new intro is fire. It was time for a change, man. It's a time for a change. I mean, I change my intro like every single year, so I'll probably ask them for another one. To be honest with you, I'll probably end up getting another one. All right. Ready for Friday? Let's go. Yeah, me too, Palmetto Panther. But also, again, tonight, guys, I do want to give a shout out to Roundtable Sports. Again, make sure you tune in tonight, 8 p.m. NFC South Roundtable. Okay, make sure you guys tune into that tonight. Here it is.
Roundtable Sports Network brings you NFL divisional debate coverage on a weekly basis from your favorite content creators across YouTube, featuring the AFC East Roundtable live Monday and Wednesday evenings, the AFC South Roundtable live Tuesdays at 7 p.m. EST, the NFC South Roundtable live Tuesdays at 7 p.m. EST, the NFC West Roundtable live Tuesdays at 9 p.m. EST, the AFC West Roundtable live Tuesdays at 9 p.m. EST, the NFC North Roundtable live Wednesdays at 6 p.m. EST, the AFC North Roundtable live Wednesdays at 6 p.m. EST, the NFC East Roundtable live Thursdays at 6 p.m. EST. Roundtable Sports, real coverage from real fans.
So tonight is at 8 p.m. EST, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight will be at 8 p.m. EST on the NFC South Roundtable, okay? 8 p.m. So make sure you guys come through, man. Oh, Flame for Jesus with another $10 donation. That's sad that we may lose Moton. He has been the best we had for years, all because of money at that. As I said, we can't afford to pay everyone. Nice intro. Appreciate that. Here's the thing. I think the Moton thing, here's the thing. I'm good with it either way. The reason why I say that, Flame for Jesus, is this. Yes, he has been an absolute rock here for us, okay? And you're right. Yes, we can't pay everybody. We can't. All right. We can't pay everybody. Okay. But what we can do is get a replacement. It's not that Taylor Moton's like irreplaceable, right? Like, the two reasons I'm going to pay Taylor Moton, Playing for Jesus, is that Moton's cap hit for 2025 as of right now is like at $31.3 million, if I'm not mistaken. So that's a monster number that cripples flexibility a little bit. An extension would allow Carolina to really spread the cap hit by adding years and restructuring, so saving serious dollars. Performance, that's another thing. Moton has been durable. He's been consistent. He's missed some. He hasn't really missed a lot of significant time, really, except once in his career. And he played 14 games last year. So that kind of dependability is rare on the offensive line. You don't let that walk out the door without a fight. Okay? Now, here's the thing. You go look at, like, other people. Okay? You go look at, like, other people. What is his deal really worth? Like, if you go up against guys, because Moton is, I don't think Moton is a superstar. Like, he's not a superstar tier guy at that right tackle position or at the tackle position, like a Lane Johnson or a Trent Williams. Like, definitely solid in the upper, like, echelon of NFL tackles for sure. And age, not really a killer for offensive linemen where he's at, right? There are players out there like Taylor Decker that, for example, I'm trying to think who else. Ronnie Stanley. Those guys have scored big contracts, right? Well into their 30s. Stanley and Decker, I think both of those guys recently inked in like 3-year deals. And I think their deals were approximately worth like $60 million. So, which is roughly like $20 million per year. So Moton probably won't hit those exact numbers. He should. I would expect a deal close to that range, especially with the salary cap climbing every single year. You know what I mean? He won't get flashy numbers like Garrett Bowles or Jake Matthews. So, I mean, those guys who pulled like $20.5 million to $22.5 million, but I would figure his is probably just under like 20, right? Annual, and I think his is just under 20 million annually, and I think it's a fair value. So I think the smart play is this. If they don't sign him, obviously, here's the problem. You don't re-sign him and you go into the draft next year. Let's just say, for example, let's say Bryce Young, for example. I know Flame for Jesus, you're not a Bryce. I don't know where you stand with Bryce. I can't remember. I don't know if you're a fan or not. Either way is fine by me. Let's say Bryce Young works out, okay, but they don't re-sign to the Moton. Well, then you have to figure out, okay, are you going to draft a right tackle in this draft, or are you going the linebacker position, right? And then again, you don't know what free agency is going to look like. So we would need to dive into really more of what free agent right tackles may be available. Again, you also guys don't forget, you still got Brady Christensen on this roster, who's a swing tackle and could easily fill that void, in my opinion. Right? But what I think the smart play for me personally, because I'd rather go in the draft, let's say Bryce does pan out again. Let's say year 3, he breaks out, right? Because this is the year I expect him to break out. I have expectations for Bryce this year. I'm not going to say that he's going to do this, and I'm not going to say he's going to break out. I have expectations that this is his breakout year. So if the front office is smart and Dan Morgan want to be smart about this, I think you sign Moton to a 2 to 3 year deal now. And I think it needs to be somewhere around $39 million total, with about $28 million guaranteed. And this strikes a balance long enough to keep him locked in, if that makes sense. So it's not so the way it keeps him in locked in, but it also is not so long that if they're stuck with him and his play dips right or injuries happen right, those guarantees that first year's salary, right? And signing bonus. So with roster bonuses for the later years, that gives Carolina that flexibility, right? I think this approach mirrors, like, if you go look at players like, and I was looking up the other day, like Titus Howard or Alaric Jackson or Spencer Brown, like, go look at those guys' contracts. That's how they are. Like, they're solid starters who aren't the absolute elite, but they are essential contributors. So that would just be me. I think you sign him, like I said, you sign him to a 2 to 3 year deal, around $39 million, $28 million guaranteed. And then again, you have that balance, but it's long enough to keep him locked in, but it's not so long. So where if his play dips or injuries happens, your guarantees covered that first year salary, and you're not killing yourself in dead cap if you have to move on. Right. So that's just my take on it. Flame for Jesus. Good comment though. I mean, shout out to Flame for Jesus already. I mean, just another and then another $5. So shout out to Flame for Jesus for that. Good Lord, man. Coming in hot already with a $20 in donations from Flame for Jesus. So shout out to him. Thank you for blessing the channel, Flame for Jesus. God bless you for that, man. God bless you for that, my friend. Poppin', what's good, man? I hope all is well with you, brother. I hope you're doing well, man. I hope you're doing well. Palmetto Panther make us look bad over here. She's yeah, he Flame for Jesus putting in that work. He's putting in that work. All right, let's get into day 11. Day 11 of training camp. I'm going to give you my full observations, kind of just my takeaways. And then later on tonight, I'll see you guys at 8 p.m. at Roundtable Sports. Again, make sure you come check us out over there at 8 p.m. EST. I'll be breaking down. We'll be breaking down all Atlanta. Obviously the Saints, of course, the Falcons, and then myself will all be on there. All content creators will be on there. breaking it all down. This is just between Roundtable Sports and me, and then the 3 other content creators on there. So, which is Berto, who's the Atlanta guy, and then you got TJ, who's the Saints guy, and then of course you've got Mr. Bucks Nation, who is the Bucks guy, then myself. So, but anyways, yeah. So make sure you guys come through. All is great. Hope you're doing good as well. Appreciate it, Pop. Appreciate it. What up, my guy? We early today. Why the hell is Nick Scott starting free safety? I don't know. We're going to talk about that here shortly, man. We're really going to talk about that here shortly. It just doesn't make sense to me either. Yeah. But yeah, that's why I put the poll question up there. It's like, at this point, man, like, should Lathan Ransom start week 1 for the Panthers? I mean, some people are saying too early to tell. I think that's fair to say. I can also see, yes, he's earned it. So, but again, it's fair to say, you know what I mean? All right, so here we go. These are some key things I saw on Twitter that I kind of saved for you guys. Xavier it was out there early, ready to go, no limp, anything after he came down awkwardly on that live rep fan fest. So he finished out Saturday's practice, of course, there. But it's something to keep an eye on. No Hunter Renfrow today. All right, so that's what I want to dive into first because we got injuries. We got 2 key injuries, as in that. Let's see. I want to see if they put the other one up there. I don't think I did. The other key injury as well, even though no Hunter Renfrow, is also Nick Scourton. Both of these guys are dealing with hamstrings. Neither injury is serious, right? I mean, Canales and the staff aren't taking chances this early in August. I mean, I wouldn't either. Renfrow, the veteran slot specialist, acquired to give, obviously, Bryce Young a reliable option underneath, right? Another reliable option, I should say, is in what Canales describes as a return to play mode. So Canales came out and said that he's cutting, he's moving, he's close. They just said that he came out and said that they're being smart. There's no rush to rush him back. And that was basically what he said in his press conference today. Now, as for Nick Scourton, for all I know, he's kind of in the same phase. I know he's a raw, explosive pass rusher. Scourton already flashed some major upside in camp, but the staff is playing the long game with him. Whether either suit up for Friday's preseason opener versus Cleveland is to be determined. I could see. I honestly don't bet on it. I can't see either one of these guys playing on Friday evening. I just don't see it. I really don't. I think with these hamstring issues, man, like I don't see it. I just don't see it. So, and I don't see Hunter Renfrow playing Friday either. So, but we'll see. Obviously, when we start joint practice tomorrow with the Browns. They're coming in. The weather's going to be the same tomorrow, like it was today. So, yeah. Renfrow was starting to stay hurt for the Raiders. That's why I was concerned with us getting him. Yeah, I mean, and that could have been with the whole ulcerative colitis, though. I mean, maybe he was coming down with it then. I don't know, right? But yeah, I mean, in his position and with those sharp cuts and the way he plays, I mean, the guy only has one speed. I think he's like a Luke Kuechly and a wide receiver, if that makes sense. Like, he has one speed and, it's going to cause injuries, right? I mean, some people are just injury prone. But again, we'll see. Again, they say it's minor. It's not serious. They're just monitoring it. I don't know. But if it's just minor, I'm surprised that it's taking this long, right? I mean, we're talking what? What is this, the 4th day he's taken off or 5th day he's taken off? So, actually it says it right there. It says missed third consecutive practice, but then Alex comments fourth to clarify. So, his fourth day of practice. So, we'll see, man. I mean, again, I don't expect they're just taking the safe approach with these guys as of right now. All right, let's talk about Lathan Ransom because this guy was absolutely balling out today. Let's see. So Lathan Ransom had a nice pick on Bryce Young, and then, of course, ends practice with a sack on Jake Plummer 11-11. So a pick, a sack, and a PBU. So Lathan Ransom definitely stole the show today. If you don't know Lathan Ransom before Tuesday, you do now. The fourth-round rookie safety at Ohio State made a loud case for serious snaps in 2025. In my opinion, I think he has been since he's got here. I think when he got drafted, he's already made a case for himself because our free safety room was wide open, right? And I still think it is. And I still think it's a major red flag because based off of what the reports we were hearing from FanFest that they were rotating these guys, yeah, it's great to know that we have depth, but at the same time, if that also for that much rotation in one position group means that I feel like this coaching staff does not trust any of these guys right now. But Lathan Ransom and Damani, it's been really Lathan Ransom and Damani Richardson who really have been making a name for themselves for that position. Nick Scott is a special teams specialist. That is what he is. He is not a starter in free safety. You can't, nothing last year told me that Nick Scott should be the starter here as our starting free safety. Nobody. Oh, yeah. Flame for Jesus has just been absolutely cooking with the $5 donations today. I mean, just absolutely blessing the channel. He just keeps throwing them and throwing them. Like he's all in at the poker table, man. He's got 21 every single time. But so it bothers me. But again, you get a pick off of Bryce Young today. He gets a sack on Jack Plummer. One takeaway, one takedown, a PBU, all in the pouring rain. Obviously, Dave Canales definitely didn't hide his satisfaction. Canales came out and just said that he seems to be in the right place at the right time. That comes from film and discipline and from being smart about positioning and play recognition. He's ahead of the curve, according to Dave Canales, which based off of what Dave Canales was saying to me, I took the translation as if Ransom's already playing like someone who wants to steal that starting job, and he might just get it. I would love to see Ransom alongside with Tre'von Moehrig because really Ransom reminds me more of a Moehrig, but maybe Ransom's a better in coverage, whereas Moehrig's better, coming into the nickel position, coming down into the box, right? He's more of that hybrid guy. So, but Ransom is heating. It has heated up this competition to really line up against, Tre'von Moehrig, right? I think his main competition is definitely Damani Richardson at this point, who's really had a strong camp so far as well. But if Tuesday's any indication, Ransom is really making a move, and I hope so, right? Because we need someone to step up in this group, or they need to bring some more help in, right? But from today, a lot of juice came from the secondary today. J.C. Horn, Mike Jack, Damani, Trey Swilling, Nick Scott. I mean, Nick Scott did make some plays today, right? So. It doesn't matter if it's raining, snowing, whatever. You got to show up either way. So it seems like, Lathan is definitely listening, and more importantly, he's producing, and that's all that matters at this point, especially in this free safety room. I hope he steals it, yeah. Ransom and Horn Jr. are going to surprise some peeps. I think so too, Doug. Shout out to Doug in the chat. Appreciate you coming through. I'm curious about Shador. Shador. I'm curious about Shador. Ain't going to lie. Are you curious about Shador Sanders? Because as of right now, he's dealing with hamstring tightness. Or no, throwing arm soreness the last time I heard reports. So I don't know if he's going to be playing. As of right, the thing is with Cleveland Panthers gal is they've got 5 quarterbacks now on the roster. They got Joe Flacco, Shador Sanders, Dylan Gabriel, Kenny Pickett, and now Tyler Huntley. So, NC Thorne just came through and said, I just heard Sanders is starting Friday. Okay. I mean, well, maybe that arm soreness isn't too bad. And now I know Dylan Gabriel and Kenny Pickett were both dealing with I heard that Kenny Pickett is still, both of them are dealing with hamstring tightness. The only person that was healthy before they brought in Tyler Huntley was Flacco. Now I heard before this news is coming out that Shador Sanders is starting, is that it was gonna be Tyler Huntley. Because Tyler Huntley was there last year, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know. Tyler Huntley was there last year before they cut him, and he went down to Miami and started 5 games. I don't know, Kendall. That's a great question. It did just come out, so it's confirmed. Shador Sanders will be starting Friday, so it will be Bryce Young and Shador Sanders starting Friday. Hey, sounds good to me, man. Sounds good to me. So they're all hurt. Fire them, the whole squad. Fire them. Whole squad useless. So, hey. All right. Well, there's breaking news right there, just coming through, just like that, ladies and gentlemen. So, shout out to NC Thorne coming through with that. With that breaking news. That's for you, NC Thorne. All right, let's move on to the next thing. Let's see here. Yeah, the only thing. No, I got some more stuff to talk about. Now, according to reports, basically what we're seeing here. According to reports here, okay, and what we're seeing in this video. Now, I know it's Bryce throwing to T-Mac, but joint practice. Let's talk about that because we do have joint practice starting tomorrow. The Browns will be hitting the field with us on tomorrow, but the forecast is going to be the same thing as you're seeing in this video right here. More rain. But a lot of teams practice in the rain, right? I think that they're going to be just fine on that turf. The turf held up before. There was no major slipping, according from Dave Canales. The grounds crew has been lights out, so according from Dave Canales, so that it should be fine. And Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski apparently texted Canales saying, looks like rain for the next 37 days. So that's about right. But both staff seem committed to make the most of this. And frankly, it's good. Prep real NFL games aren't played in domes with ideal lighting and dry grass. It's just, that's not how it is in every team. So if your guys can't function in these types of elements, that's a roster problem. So they bumped Shador, so to 5 QBs on the roster is crazy for sure. Makes Friday even more interesting. Absolutely. What's good, Vietnam? Hell yeah, Ransom should start for sure. For sure. So, yeah. But I'll say this. I want to say this. Bryce Young is really being tested out here, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, from these reports that I'm seeing, of course, with the PBU and the pick off of Bryce today, but Bryce Young is being really tested right now. You know, he's got some interceptions in practice. These aren't always red flags for me, ladies and gentlemen. This is training camp, so I'm not like diving in too much of it. You want your starting quarterback making smart throws, especially in year 3. He is facing a more aggressive and young secondary and defensive line. And I think that this defensive line is taking full advantage, and so is the secondary, right? A lot of what I've taken away from today, too, is that I think Lathan Ransom is the real deal, ladies and gentlemen. I really do. I think Lathan Ransom is the real deal. He's out. He's not just holding his own out here from a lot of the reports I'm seeing and how a lot of these beat writers are talking about him. And, you know, the people that are actually, you know, got boots on the ground there, right? He's pushing to, based off of my understanding, he's really pushing for that starting role, right? I think if he keeps this up, I think Damani Richardson might find himself right behind him. All right. So shout out to Lathan Ransom, man. I really want this to work out. I think Lathan Ransom brings with that kind of, from him coming from Ohio State and having that championship, you know, experience, I think says a lot. And I think him coming into his own right now is huge, especially for a position group that was very uncertain going into training camp, right? What up, Josiah? Appreciate you coming through, my guy. Vietnam, that may be the most of the downs. It is the only thing we didn't fix. Yeah. Bulldogs 1992, what's up? Appreciate you coming through on the Twitch channel. By the way, guys, we are live on Twitch. If you haven't checked out the Twitch channel, go over there, check it out. Greatly appreciate it. Can I rest my arm on your shoulder, brother? I'm not sure where this is going, so I don't know how to answer this because I don't know if you're just going to be trolling or what. So I don't know about all that. Maybe I missed something, but all I've heard was good. And listen, I'm not saying that Damani, and that's the thing, Kendall, Damani's having a good camp. I'm not saying that. But Lathan Ransom is really pushing the narrative right now. Really pushing the narrative, at least from according to a lot of the reports that we're seeing. All right. And another thing I took away from today is like Renfrow and Scourton will be fine. That we're just playing it safe with those guys. I expect them to be limited or no action from them Friday. This team is going to prioritize its health over meaningless August reps. And I don't think every rep's meaningless, but in this situation right now, they are meaningless, especially with these guys having these types of hamstring injuries. We don't want to push those any further. All right. All right. You didn't miss anything, though, Kendall. Damani is doing his thing out there. It's just that I think right now, from what I'm seeing, Lathan Ransom is outplaying him. I think it's a close race, though. I wouldn't say that Lathan is outright beating him. I think it's neck and neck, but I would give the edge right now to Lathan. So that's all I'm saying. And then again, we got joint practices. I think joint practices are bigger than preseason games. I honestly believe that when we go to these joint practices and what we hear from reports tomorrow, I think that this is bigger than preseason games. The reason why I say that is because when we do these joint practices with other teams, coaches get to control looks at real matchups. So without the randomness of a live game. So how the Panthers handle Wednesday, rain and all, I really think might say more more about their readiness than anything that happens Friday. That's just my plain blunt opinion. All right. That's just my plain blunt opinion. But again, joint practice starts tomorrow. You guys, we've got we got Roundtable Sports tonight live. We're just going to be breaking down all Saints, Panthers, Falcons, Bucks, training camp updates. We're just going to be, talking some ball tonight over there on the NFC South Roundtable, brought to you by Roundtable Sports, 8 p.m. EST tonight. So make sure you guys tune in to that. I did post it on my community chat. If you're part of the Discord, I did post it in there. I also posted it up on my Twitter account if you do follow me there as well. So make sure you guys tune into that tonight at 8 p.m. So make sure you guys tune in that. Playing for Jesus with another $5 comes through and says, I don't pay attention to the preseason talk. They aren't going all out during these practices. You don't want hurt players during practice. Absolutely. Right. Yeah, I don't pay attention. Again, preseason is going to be fun to watch for sure on Friday. But I truly believe that where you really want to pay attention the most is during the joint practices. I hear what you're saying, Play for Jesus, because again, it's just like I said, the coaches get to control these look against real matchups without the randomness of a live game. So again, I just think that, I think that we need to be paying attention to these joint practices a little bit more, and especially how the Panthers are going to handle this Wednesday rain and all that. Right? That might say more about their readiness than anything that I think will happen in that preseason game on Friday. That's just my opinion. So shout out to everyone in the chat, man. Shout out to Flame for Jesus again with that $5 donation. I really appreciate that. Shout out to you with that $5 donation once again. Let me see. Did the rain make us not practice in pads? Yeah, there was no pads today. No pads today at all. So I don't know if the rain had anything to do with that, but they chose not to practice in pads. Why that is, I'm not sure. Absolutely. Carolina boy 887. Absolutely. We got to show hunger. I think we got to show hunger when tomorrow through Friday. Between these joint practices and the preseason game. Again, and I'm hoping from what I'm hearing too, by the way, guys, what I'm hearing too through the grapevine is that on Friday, expect Bryce Young and the starters on both sides of the ball to get 2 to 3 series. Which is good because the first series, is really to kind of get the feel. The second series is to go out there and make the adjustments, right? So I'm hoping that we get 2 to 3. I really want 3 to 4. That's what I really want. But according to a lot of what the beat writers like Mike K and Alex Zietlow, those guys are coming out saying that it seems like it's going to be around 2 to 3, a 2 to 3 series for the first team reps on Friday. So, but again, I love that we're playing these starters more than one preseason game. Okay. Because again, I've said it before and I said it again. I've been pounding the table for that. It's like every single time I think we learned a valuable lesson last year when we didn't start our guys last year and we came out absolutely flat, which we've done multiple times. So So shout out to everyone in the chat. Great Panthers content. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. I don't see Bryce playing more than 2 drives. Based off on what the beat writer said, they said 2 to 3. I want 3 to 4, but they're saying 2 to 3. But that's neither here nor there, just I don't have any control over it. Joint practice, we'll have some raw emotion. I understand that, Clay. Nobody wants to get beat by any team on any play. I pay attention to that too. Yeah. Yeah. I just think that's more what you want to pay attention to than just the preseason. Preseason, I think you can get some takeaways from it too, but I just feel like the joint practices, you really get a better feel for it, at least from my understanding, right? Especially, like I said, because the coaches can control all the matchups, right? You don't have any of the randomness like how a live game does. So, and again, we'll see how they handle the rain and see how ready they really are. And that kind of will tell us how ready they are. And then kind of going into Friday, we'll see. So we'll see. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I'm looking forward to, obviously bringing you guys some content tomorrow. We'll be talking about it as well. But other than that, man, that's all I got for you guys today. I appreciate everyone tuning in. Shout out to Flame for Jesus to being our MVP of the day. Like, this guy donated like 35 freaking dollars. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. What, 40 now? I don't know. 35. Yeah, $35 today. So shout out to Play for Jesus, man. Appreciate you doing that, brother. You didn't have to do all that. Again, I appreciate you coming through with all these donations, man. I really appreciate it. So shout out to Flame for Jesus. Put some W's in the chat for Flame for Jesus. Give him a huge major shout out for today's live stream. Dude, just absolutely killing it. You didn't have to do all that today. Thank you, Jesus. Laugh out loud. Yeah. Hey, he's blessing the channel for sure, man. He blesses the channel every time he comes through, even if he doesn't donate. All you guys bless the channel for coming through. I don't expect you guys to do stuff like Flame for Jesus just did. So shout out to that guy, man. All I ask from you guys is, your likes, subscribes, and your post notifications bell. That's it. If you want to become a member today, that's taking the extra mile. If you want to donate to the channel like that, Flame for Jesus, that's great. If you want to, send me a Cash App or a Vimeo, that's also great. But I don't expect it. So I just like bringing you guys good content. And as long as you guys tune in and enjoy it, that's all that matters to me. So, but anyways, other than that, guys, I will see you guys tomorrow. We will be breaking down joint practice. Again, don't forget to join tonight's live stream, 8 p.m. EST, brought to you by Roundtable Sports over there. NFC South Roundtable. Make sure you go over there, like, subscribe to Roundtable Sports and to the NFC South Roundtable. I would greatly appreciate that. It helps out not only them out, but it helps my channel out. So I will be there tonight, 8 p.m. EST, Roundtable Sports. Make sure you guys tune in.
Roundtable Sports Network brings you NFL divisional debate coverage on a weekly basis from your favorite content creators across YouTube, featuring the AFC East Roundtable live Monday and Wednesday evenings, the AFC South Roundtable live Tuesdays at 7 p.m. EST, the NFC South Roundtable live Tuesdays at 7 p.m. EST, the NFC West Roundtable live Tuesdays at 9 p.m. EST, the AFC West Roundtable live Tuesdays at 9 p.m. EST, the NFC North Roundtable live Wednesdays at 6 p.m. EST, the AFC North Roundtable live Wednesdays at 6 p.m. EST, the NFC East Roundtable live Thursdays at 6 p.m. EST. Roundtable Sports, real coverage from real fans.
So, yeah, that's actually, I know it says 7 p.m. EST. It's actually 8 p.m. EST tonight. So make sure you guys tune in. Other than that, guys, I will see you tomorrow. Love you guys. Thank you for all the love and support. And again, as always, keep pounding. I'm out. Peace.